What's up, guys? Welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club. Sayori's gone. We wrote a poem in the last one. The last one was like a mixture time skip thing. I don't know what happened there. I'm gonna see if I can read better by reading slower. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Ha 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 ha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I kept my word. Keep my word. Already I messed up. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last to come in, so everyone is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Fred. No problem, Yuri. Hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh! Pitch shift! Was that normal? I don't know. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take it seriously, then you won't see the end of it. You're in front of Monica. Tsuki something certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps manga collection in the clubroom. Monica. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. It is, I believe you, I love you. I mean, yes. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. I'm sorry, Fred. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki a disappointing glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have an interest in picking up a book to read. Well, I thought we were going to share poems, but apparently not. I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now, so it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask. Wait, I didn't mean it like that. If you really don't want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. The pitch keeps changing. Is that normal? Or I just keep noticing it. No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try to be a part of this club. So even if I don't often read, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked a book that I thought you might enjoy. I am terrified of what book you're going to hand me right now. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it, if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you, I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. What is it called? Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone is settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression like she's waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is... I think it's just a normal thing that's happening when the pitch changes. Natsuki is rummaging around the closet. And Monica is doing what? Oh, did I pick too many Yuri words? Okay. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad from distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. Looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she knows me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and her eyes meet for a split second. I did Yuri the first time, too, didn't I? God, I don't remember. It only makes her hide her face deeper in the book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave to me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Your eyes just did a thing. I looked up and your eyes were doing a thing. Stay in places. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have two copies of the same book? What happened just then? I blinked, but I saw a thing. Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... I'm looking at her before I click now. That's not what I meant. I mean... I just happened to buy two of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? Well, what's the story about, anyway? Okay, her eyes are normal. Well, look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. I'm going to be staring at your eyes from now on. Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. Yeah, that's relatable. The people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines at lust for blood. Is that what she told me the first time? I don't think so. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to— you spoiling it. Hello. That might be a little bit of a spoiler. But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean. Not the thing about the limbs. That's kind of dark, isn't it? You made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Fred? No, it's not that. I mean, I'm total into limbs. I have limbs of my own. Look at my limbs. They're wonderful. I don't know. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot you're into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems completely different. It's just that this kind of story is the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen not just because someone wants to be evil. But because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway. Yuri? Then suddenly... I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. What the frick did you do to my screen? I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, it did again. It did it again. What'll it do? I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem when I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts. What you did? What? Your body gets to what? I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. It just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It is a literature club after all. Well, that's true. In fact, that's me, not her, talking. I might as well get started on reading, right? Yuri. Yes. I mean, you don't have to, but... Oh, what are you saying? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book I put in my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. You did turn red a few seconds ago. Literally. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is reading in company with others. With someone. I didn't read that correctly. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. Open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's if I can feel her presence over my shoulder when I read. It's not particularly a bad thing. It might be. Maybe a little distracting, but it feels like somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. Stop doing that. I realize she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. Ooh. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Okay. Whew. Okay. I thought we were gonna get a weird little face look thing. Sorry. I was just bathing in the feeling of what? Yuri. Stop. You really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. I think I'm gonna sneeze in 2 seconds. Ow. Sorry. I mean... here. This should work, right? I set my desk notes up against Yuri's, and I hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Feels like my left arm's in the way, so I use my right hand to hold open the book. Quit doing that! I guess it makes it kind of difficult to turn pages. What is happening when that does that? Here. No, I don't want to be this close to you. Yuri takes her arm and holds the left side of where is my right arm? Between the book and her forefinger. I do the same with my right arm. Did I say where's my right arm? I meant where's my left arm. On the right side of the book. That way I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But holding it like this, we're huddled even closer than before. Yeah, she has more than the book than I do. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face. She's in the corner of my vision. She's in my full vision, thank you. I hate when that happens. Are you ready? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a little distracted for a second. Glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I'm scared to actually look at her eyes. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. Ooh, she's smiling. Probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Stop doing that! Stop it! Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. What is happening? I'm gonna hold click and see what happens. Instead, I just assume she finishes the page before me, so I turn it of my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Really? I was just thinking the way she second guesses things she says and all that. That's what you were talking about. Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? I don't know why your voice is changing. Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet, so I don't know why that came to my head. Here, are you feeling alright? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... Am I breathing? Yuri puts her hand on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. Alright, don't push yourself. Yay, we're away. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the room. What on earth was that about? Fred? Did something happen just now? I didn't do it. I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything? Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. Okay, faith in me lacking thereof. No, nothing. Don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we share... Oh, poems! Woohoo, poems! Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, this might be a while, so I figured we'd get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. You know, you're the president and all. You do what you want. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, and then I slip it back in my bag. I didn't get a piece of paper to put for a bookmark or something. Okay. Poems! I'm gonna go with Monica first. That's a safe choice. I should start with Monica. Yesterday she seemed eager to read my poem, and I want her to know I'm putting in effort. What is my poem? Hi, Fred. Having a good time so far. Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better. Video gaming day. I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring up things, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, I wanted to share poems. I couldn't read what that said because I clicked. I don't know why I clicked. It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Fred. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Fred. I was going, ooh, in my head while reading it. I feel like you're talking to me like I'm a child. It's really metaphorical. Not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. Okay, so yeah, I did pick Yuri. Crap. I guess I underestimated you. It's easier for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it counts when I put effort in. I didn't read that properly, but oh well. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes that kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is totally detached from reality. I don't mean it like it's a bad thing, though. But sometimes I get the impression she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. That's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must really be starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. Like earlier. I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for some alone time. Me. Suddenly the door opens. Yuri! I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we started sharing poems with each other. Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm more than glad you took all the time you needed. Alright. Thanks, Monica. I feel like her face is popping up when I click. I suppose I should go get my poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. It doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. Did we read this before? I don't remember. Okay, hole in wall. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced at my surroundings. But my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simple poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. Cool. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, I kind of like the style. It's gotten pretty popular nowadays. I didn't say that right. That's it. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you can say I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about the deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up for later. Another way to think about this is this: if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a dark puddle of ink. So move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Thanks, Monica. Well, it's for Yuri, so I'm going with Yuri. I'm terrified of you. Your mouth is a little cute little dot. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Huh? Did I say it out loud? Yuri covers her mouth but ends up covering her whole face. He's gonna hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What did that say just now? I didn't click too many times. Wait, if I click on history, does it say what it said? What is happening? What is happening? What is happening? What is this? What is this? Go away! That's weird. But she said, what am I getting nervous for? Okay, so that's a thing. Was there something else that popped up that I didn't see? Oh my god. Does that happen? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just there are a few specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most notable thing I recognize as the writers is that they try to make their styles very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, then they fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone. No, it's not because I'm stammering. She sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can blame for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice, and learning by example, and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. I clicked once, I swear, and now it says biased. How? So what did I miss? Natsuki be a little... Why is this happening? Is this not happening on... I don't know what this is happening on the other screen. It is, okay. I don't know if that's part of the game or not. Okay, if I click enter, that also works. I can only press that once. Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ooh, you have nice music. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Did she do that one already? I don't know. I don't know. Don't look sad. I like it. I'm sorry if such terrible hand. What the frick are you talking about? What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But you took a long time to read. Because I can't read cursive. Ah. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting's pretty. Eh? That's a relief. Also, I loved the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Fred. Really? Must have totally missed the point. Yeah, dude. Well, I suppose you did, only glance it over after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their works. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. It's a lot more solemn putting it that way. Hadn't even thought of that. It's impressive. Eh? It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. Ah. What the frick has your voice become? Your voice is just me, like, whispering. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this. But in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm gonna keep doing my best for you, Fred. Ah, me too. Now, time for Natsuki! I don't know your voice at all. Oh boy. Oh. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. I just didn't evoke any emotions. So basically it's not cute enough for your tastes? Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Oh, this one! I like this one. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try. But that's about it. I like that one. Yeah, I told you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make any— Oh, I can actually skip this! Oh, I'll skip to the good parts. That's the same— Okay, that was the same thing I read before. Jeez, okay. Whew. Guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. As if Nope, no, that sounds wrong. That sounds weird. Nope, now it's okay. As if everyone's judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is the literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monica is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They are gingerly exchanging sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you just completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How could that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it didn't really come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monica liked it, and Fred did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I feel like I've read this already. I've spent a long enough time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Didn't Sayori break up this fight? Oh boy. Which I haven't yet. And Fred liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. I love this music. Maybe you're just jealous that Fred appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Ugh. Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Fred started showing up. Natsuki. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I can't do two voices at the same time. I think I did that before. Taking out your own insecurities on others like that. You really act as young as you look, Natsuki. Me? Look who's talking, you edgy wanted... Oh, wow. Okay. It's getting bad. You want to be edgy, bitch? Edgy? I'm sorry, my lifestyle is too... Oh, that's not with her voice. My bad. Someone you're mentally able to comprehend. See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know? If you want to prove anything, stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. If you think you can counterbalance your toxic personality by dressing and acting cute, the only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Wow, it's getting weird. Whoa, be careful, you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad. You already do, don't you? Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head? Why are we saying that now? Yeah, go on. Let Fred hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. Suddenly Yuri turns toward me as if she noticed I was standing here. Fred, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. How did I... Oh, okay. Can't read anything. What? I can't... Who do I pick? I don't know. What do I do? I feel like I'm on Yuri's side. But Natsuki and... Oh god. I already clicked. Oh, okay, it's getting bigger. Okay. I'm gonna... I don't want to click her! Oh, hi, Monica. Hi. Monica. Hey, Fred. Why don't we step outside for a little bit? Why, you're... Okay. Sorry about that. Can I just look at the history for 2 seconds? Okay, I tell you I don't think about writing, but whom we're going to think more highly of me, of course. Okay, it's the same thing it said last time. It's just... Whew. Sorry about that. The music's going to be gone now. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. That's why I say, or you should have stayed. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. But I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. No. Suddenly Natsuki runs out of the classroom. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. Yuri is rocking back and forth in her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki. Or did. Fred, please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home now if you want. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monica. You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. It kind of sounds like you don't want me to be around for something, Yuri. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Fred. It would just be embarrassing with you listening. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble. What the frick just happened? Okay, well, I was gonna wait for the next chapter to... I'm gonna save. Okay, so in the next episode I will be doing a cute poem. Okay, so again, I know what happens in this game. I know what's happening. It's just I don't remember the specific things of what happens, like jump scares and stuff. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. Like if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you guys in the